Okay, learning outcome is practice to determine fixed position for the vessel in the execution of the voyage plan. So this is probably one of your laboratory exercises for position fixing. But here I will explain regarding the INS and the IBS, or the Integrated Navigation System and the Integrated Bridge System. Okay, the purpose of an integrated navigation system is to provide added value to the function and information needed by the officer in charge of the navigational watch, or the officer of the watch, to plan, monitor, or control the progress of the ship. So that the traditional is we have separate equipment. No? You can find the radar on the other side, the ECDIS on the other side, the AIS on the far side, the VHF in front, and so on. So, of course, it also takes time to transfer from one equipment to another, especially when you are doing collision avoidance. No? Kaya yung tawag sa ating language is takbo-takbo. So it is better to have the integrated navigation system or the integrated bridge system. However, not all vessels are fitted with this. Hindi pa siya mandatory na. Mas maganda kung mandatory na. So I have been in 2 vessels which is like this, integrated navigation system, but we do not have the chair. Traditional pa rin, we are standing. Of course, if you are tired doing a job, for example, the shipmate helped in the hold cleaning, then of course, when you go on the bridge, you are tired, and then stand for another 4 hours. That is very stressful, no? Because of the traditional way. Only the master and the pilot can sit down on the bridge chair. But today, in like for example in Merck's Line, where my brother is, so they can sit down as long as it is practical. So wala namang masyadong kalaban, so pwede. So sa traditional way, hindi pwede, no? Okay, so INS has 3 types or categories. The INS A, B, and C. But this one is in the original recommendation on performance standard for INS. But in the latest, which is 2018, hindi ko na siya nakita. No? But still, it is a part of our syllabus. That's why I included. So INSA for systems that provide the minimum functional requirements of the INS, including a consistent common reference system. So the CCARS, which we will define later on the definition part. And then INSB for systems that, in addition to the functional requirement of INSA, provide the information needed for decision support in avoiding hazards. So this is better than the INSA. And INSC is for systems that, in addition to the functional requirements of the INSB, provide the automatic control functions of heading, track, or speed. So there is an automatic control for track, because our autopilot, if you set the autopilot for a certain course, he will follow that course. No. So, however, when if there are effects outside the forces, your vessel may be off course for some time. No. So you need to put again the course of the autopilot para mabawi mo yung iyong position, no? So here you can set an automatic control for your track para there is no need to use the autopilot. So, automatic na siya. Okay, automatic control system, a control system that may include a heading, track, or speed control system. And then the CCRS, or Consistent Common Reference System, a subsystem of an INS for acquisition, processing, storage, and distribution of data and information, providing identical and obligatory reference to subsystems within an INS. So the CCRS controls the data and then distribute it to all workstations. Okay, the definition of the integrated navigation system. It is a combination of systems that are interconnected to increase safe and efficient navigation by suitably qualified personnel. Okay, sensor, the same as in ECDIS. A navigational aid with or without its own display and control as appropriate, automatically providing information to the INS. The only difference between the sensor in ECDIS, the sensors in ECDIS has its own display. Like for example, the AIS. So meron siyang sariling display and then it is connected to the ECDIS. But here, for example, the AIS is connected to the INS even without display. So the display will be shown on the workstation. So you can access the display. Wala siyang sariling display doon, nandun na siya sa mismong system. So this is an example of the integrated navigation system consisting of the ECDIS also. It is called here as ECDIS radar conning, radar ECDIS conning, and then the same on the other side. And here there is an intelligent monitoring, radar monitoring system. So the radar and the ECDIS is combined. So these are your workstations, but of course optional. So there are some systems only a few workstations are seen. And some of these sometimes they are touch screen. Even in the engine room, they have some equipment that are touch screen. For example, opening a bulb or that is hydraulic na yung bulb. You can open it by using the touchscreen on the equipment. So meron na siyang ganun. Actually, when I was AB in 1995, we have a new equipment because our ARPA is not working. And Port State authorities, they found out about it. So, hindi pinaalis yung barko. No? We were detained for a few days until the company can provide a working ARPA. No? So, ang nangyari, kinabitan kami, high-tech on those days. No? High-tech na siya. But actually, the model is 1992 model. Ano? So, kinabit nila 3 years pa lang yung ARPA, which is touchscreen. So, AB pa ako, nakahawak na ako ng touchscreen kasi maluwag yung kapitan namin. And mga matanda yung mga officers, including the master, so tamad sila magbasa ng manual. I am the one reading the manual and they are the one asking me, even if I do not have the license yet. Pero okay din for experience. No? So if you are going to target a ship, there is a square shape that you can drag and then drag it to over the vessel or the target. Then it will automatically give information or of the target. The only disadvantage is the acknowledgement of the alarm is near the power off or power switch. So kung nagkamali ka ng pindot, may mag-power off yung radar. Yun lang nakita kong disadvantage, but uh, it is very nice to use, no? Kasi parang super high-tech na. That was 1995, wala pa itong mga INS. And for this equipment, INS and IBS, the disadvantage are the luminance, because it will affect your vision. Kasi importante kasi na nakikita mo yung forward at night time. No? During dark nights, you need also to dimmer your monitors because it will affect your vision. Kahit na you have adapted already inside the bridge, pero maka-apekto pa rin yung liwanag niya. Okay, so here you can control also the luminance in one workstation. Okay, the integrated navigation system composed of multifunctional workstation which supplies tasks of route planning, route monitoring, collision avoidance, navigational control data, status and data display, and alert management. So even if you are working in a one of the workstations, you can access the other system. And it integrates sensors for heading, position, target detection, and further safety-related data. It provides convenient operation to reduce the workload and stress of deck officers so that they can do more tasks efficiently. Because sometimes human error is made because of stress, no? If the deck officer is not fully rested and assume the responsibility of the navigational watchkeeping, then sometimes it is dangerous, especially if you are going to stand there for another 4 hours, no, or work there for another 4 hours. That's why it is better the INS together with the bridge chair, no, yung pwede kang umupo because of course syempre makarelax ka habang nagbabantay sa bridge. It doesn't mean that nakaupo ka mabawasan na yung iyong responsibility, no? And it doesn't give you the license to sleep kasi may mga buhay tulog, no, na umupo lang ng konti ay makakatulog. Siguro yun ang iniwasan kaya ng traditional, that's why bawal ang umupo, no? Anyway, for luminance, which I was talking about, you have also your lookout, no? So walang problema kung hindi mo siya makita, pero of course you are the officer, it is better for you to see forward, no, yung dark night. Wag mong iasa sa lookout. Yung lookout is only part of your team. Siyempre ikaw ang leader while the master is sleeping. So dapat alam mo yung nangyayari, hindi yung sasabihin lang sa'yo. Sasabihin sa'yo may barko, then you have to assess also. Kahit sabihin niya na, sir, may crossing vessel. You need to check if it is correct or not, no? Kahit na magaling siya, kahit na magaling yung iyong lookout. Okay, because it reduces workload and stress of the officers. Of course, it improves also safety and increases efficiency. Okay, improve safety. Safe decision making and precision navigation by providing reliable and validated information. So these are the features of the INS. And then you have the CCRS, Consistent Common Reference System. Checks all sensor data, select the best data and transfer it to all modules in the system via LAN to make sure all modules use the same data. And then the overlay of radar, AIS, weather data, and Navtex enhances the safety. So you do not need to go to your Navtex to check any dangers or any meteorological or navigational warnings. While sitting, you can do that in your workstation. Also for AIS, no? So kung hiwa-hiwalay sila, of course, yun nga, takbo-takbo ka, you need to go there. Ito hindi na, no? Just by a button, you can acquire the necessary information you need. Okay, the redundancy of multifunctional workstation reduces the influence of failure single radar or single ECDIS or single point. So if you are using only a single radar, then if that will be an error, then you cannot check. No? While if you are using the system, it is duplicated on the other workstation, what you are doing, then if there is an error in your workstation, then it could trigger an alarm also on the other because it is working good on the other workstation. Increase of efficiency. The system simplifies the operation of routine tasks to reduce the workload and stress and increase efficiency. Then the multifunctional workstation enables to do many tasks on one workstation. For example, view and check all navigational data and alerts information. Luminance adjustment, which saves time. So if you are using the traditional system, then you have to go to each equipment to dim all of those equipment that are necessary to dim. But here you can adjust luminance in your workstation. So yun nga, hindi ka natatayo, makapahinga ka. And then track control can control the ship's sailing en route to release the sailor from the frequent adjustment of rather reducing workload and stress. No? Kasi kahit na autopilot, yun nga, you need also to watch it. If you are of course already, then you need to return again to your course line. So here, it can return automatically if you set for that track. The only problem is over-reliance. No? Mamaya mali na pala, you are still relying. That's why you need to check, of course, using those techniques, especially the parallel indexing. There is also a technique that we are using by setting the BRM. No? So, ito yung mga technique na nauna na pag-aralan ng officers. No? Setting the BRM para matansya yung passing of the reference point. Kaya naman nila ginawa yon because they do not know how to operate the parallel index feature of the radar. No? Kaya ganun. Pero kung alam mo yung parallel index, isang pindot lang yon, PI nakalagay. PI, hindi yung PI ni Duterte ha, yung parallel index. No? So that is a feature in the radar which is easily accessible. So hindi alam nung ano yan, nung especially yung mga matatanda noon na officer. Sige, kasama na kasi ako sa matanda ngayon ano. Pero noon yung mga nauna maraming hindi nakakaalam. Sabi ko, bakit kayo hindi niya ginagamitan ng parallel index? So sinubukan ko ngayon, sabi ko when I was third mate, no? Sabi ko, Sek, paano ba gamitin yung parallel index nito? Kaya pala hindi niya ginagamit, kaya nga hindi ko ginagamit, hindi ko alam. So, pero ako alam ko na. I'm just testing the second mate. So, sabi ko na lang sa kanya, di bale, sige, ano na lang, basahin ko na lang yung manual. Pero actually, nabasa ko na yung manual. That's why I suggest when you will be on board, kadete pa kayo, you start reading. Mas mabuti yung nauna, no? Okay, INS versus IBS. So INS is the Integrated Navigation System, which we have previously studied. And IBS is the Integrated Bridge System. Actually, they are almost synonymous. No? So INS is a combination of navigational data and systems interconnected to enhance safe navigation of the ship. It evaluates and combines data from different sensors to provide navigational information for the mariner to improve safety and ease of work. While the IBS, it interconnects different systems along with the INS. So yung INS nandun na siya sa IBS. To increase overall management efficiency, it accesses sensor data from workstations to increase safe and efficient bridge management. So if you are using these two items, if you are using for navigation, they are synonymous or pareho sila, no? Pareho sila ng trabaho. That's why dati ano bang tama, INS or IBS? Kasi nauna ko natutunan yung IBS na. So mali pala. Hindi pala IBS yung nahawakan ko kundi INS because there is a slight difference. The integrated bridge system is also the integrated navigation system. So dito lang siya magkakaiba, no? Okay. An integrated bridge system is defined as a combination of systems which are interconnected in order to allow centralized access to sensor information or command control from workstations with the aim of increasing safe and efficient ships management by suitably qualified personnel. The system requirement, the IBS should support systems performing 2 or more of the following operations. So minimum of 2, no? But normally 3. Kasi meron kang passage execution, communications, and machinery control, no? But if you are in a container vessel, especially those large one, yung mga 300 meters na ang haba, nakakasakay na kasi yung kapatid ko ng ganyan, third mate siya. So meron din yung loading, discharging, and cargo control, and also the safety and security. Actually, even in the loading and discharging option, you can use the CCTV, which is used in the safety and security, no? May CCTV na siya na and then of course you have your loading computer. So yung integrated navigation system is only for navigation. And the integrated bridge system include other systems. Okay, so the IBS should provide functional integration meeting the following requirements. The functionality of IBS should ensure that each operation is at least as effective as for standalone equipment. And continuously displayed information should be reduced to the minimum necessary for safe operation of the ship. So minimum lang ang displayed information para hindi nakakalito, no? If you need more information, there is a supplementary information that is readily accessible by just a button. Okay, where multifunction displays and controls are used to perform functions necessary for safe operation of the ship, they should be duplicated and interchangeable. If you are working on one workstation, on the other workstation, it is also duplicated. So, for example, you transfer to that side, then you can access that one. It should be interchangeable. It should be possible to display the complete system configuration, the available configuration, and the configuration in use. So you can control also the configuration of if what you need to display. Okay. So anyway, so I have included in our this resolution MSC that 6467 I have included in our handout. Okay, so I will stop it here. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, thank you. I will end this meeting. So if you have any question, then you can ask me in the group chat.